Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Scorpio October 2023 reading and predictions. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. And I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for Scorpios from different countries over the course of the last month, and if you might be interested to see what's involved, just check out the information below. Separately, I've done a number of healings for people from different countries as well over FaceTime and Skype. And my soul contract provides that the healings, although I charge for readings, healings I must provide for free. That is the basis upon which the gift was bestowed upon me, the spiritual gift. And so, do what the boss says is the advice. Now, we're going to take 5 cards. We only need 5 because they usually speak a lot to us, don't they? And if we took more, well, it would be superfluous. Now, you know, it's great to see the subscribers. Thank you for inviting me into your home each month. It's lovely to see you. I always look forward to seeing you. There is the 2 of Cups. You know there's no video advertisements breaking their way into this content, and so you get to enjoy the experience uninterrupted. There is the 8 of Staffs, or Wands, I would suppose. What might there be in here? Let's see what this is. Whoa, the Hierophant. Hello, Hierophant. Looking very majestic there, old boy. Let's have a look here. There is the Hanged Man. And hanging he is. I think that's a good vibe for you. I'm just getting a good energy off that for you. Let's see what there is in just a second, because it depends how it goes with these other cards, and I have to appreciate them all together. Now let's have a look finally at this one, which is the 10 of, it looks like an old Rider-Waite sort of a drawing. That's the 10 of Sticks, or Wands, I suppose that would be. So why don't you come now, sit down here next to me. You and I will have a good close look at the imagery on this art together while I do the reading for you. Let's have a look at this center card, shall we, which is the Hierophant. Hello, Hierophant. You seem to be enjoying yourself there, sitting in an old, looks like the ruins of a cathedral here, which the forest has begun to reclaim. He has his hands folded over the sacred chakra and a 3-tiered hat: conscious, subconsciousness, consciousness, and super consciousness, I would say, is what it relates to. Now, the astrology here is Venus ruling Taurus with the moon exalted. Now, Taurus, of course, is the fixed sign of Earth, and so what this is saying is that it is emphasizing the importance of applying your own spiritual realizations in just the day-to-day world. Just day-to-day, I mean, spiritual. You can be spiritual anyway. You don't need to be sitting in a cathedral or a church. You can be vacuuming the apartment while you do this. I think that this is saying here also that there is some sort of a need to go just with the pack at the moment, need to follow rules and regulations and the traditions in your life just for the moment. Now, you may not necessarily agree with them, but it's going to make your life easier if you just go along for the time being with what other people are proposing or want to do, or keeping them happy. Nevertheless, I think that this is a time of great learning for you, which can be done either formally or informally over the internet. Now, I think what you're doing is, if you're in a situation, you could be in a situation where you feel trapped by blindly following a religion or a doctrine without questioning it, and you're kind of feeling that you're in conflict with it in a way. There could also be around you some problems in a workplace that are stopping you from accessing your talents to 100%. And what this is saying is that you need to unite within yourself the awakening that comes from the knowledge that you are a child of the divine, to put it bluntly. I do think that you are going to be very gifted at getting information across to other people and also inspiring other people. I think that you'll be very much attracted, maybe more so than normal, to sounds, to music, and you'll be very good at listening, understanding what people are saying, and speaking. And you're going to want to make your ideas tangible and usable. I do think there is a deep desire here for you to be challenged by, looking out this window here, by new experiences. I think it's the case that the search for yourself could well lead you into spiritual realms, and this can point to a meeting with a spiritual teacher or a master, which could be in person or it could be over the internet. So be open and check out spiritual teachings on the internet, I think. And you can pick between them, those ones that resonate with your own heart. You see, what resonate, trust your intuition, trust your heart because your heart doesn't lie to you. And your heart can see things that your mind can't see. And your heart can process ideas that your mind only sees as symbols. And say to yourself, I honor the sacred within me. I'm inspired by learning and teaching. I am creative and productive in my family and work life, and there is only one voice worth listening to, the voice of my own heart. Now, there was another major arcana. Here it is here, the number 12. Well, 12 is the sacred number, isn't it? 12 signs of the zodiac. Technically, it was always 12 hours in a day before, and 12 apostles. And here we go, the hanged man. Well, I get the spirit of the mighty waters. Well, I think that this is talking about some situation around you, and I think it's related to, first of all, let's talk about the picture here just very quickly, with the major arcanas anyway. There is a man hanging from a tree, but he doesn't seem to be very concerned, does he? He has what I'd look like to have quite fine clothing on. These trees are all in flower. He's lightly embracing himself, and his facial expression is one of complete calm and enjoyment. So there is no concern or worry, but rather there is peace and satisfaction and comfort and safety around you now. Now, I think that this is talking about the end of a situation which has, or maybe a relationship which has become stuck. I'm getting this feeling of a congealment of, a sink when it gets stuck, the drain pipe that goes away, that gets blocked. There's a blockage there and it's been unblocked. And so what's happening now, there's a letting go, there's a giving up. There's a surrendering, but this letting go, this giving up, this surrendering, this is for your benefit. And I think you are learning to see in a new way. And there is, you see, the necessity of breaking through old behavior patterns that aren't serving you anymore. In a sense, look, you are the magician of change. So go from being that caterpillar into the butterfly now. This is saying to me also that this hanged man has not lost trust in his own intuition. Now, what looks like hopelessness actually is a wonder. He goes, I am happy to let go and surrender. I do think that there is the opportunity for you to make peace with somebody as well, to redeem yourself in a situation that maybe went off the rails. I think you've got the opportunity to put things right, to compromise, to bring peace, to bring light into the darkness, or bringing light onto something, and so that you can see it. Now, this energy here, I think, now, I've got the planet of Neptune around here, and Neptune is normally said to be a watery planet. And I think that because of that watery nature and the emotions, you see, in the suit of Tarot are water. And water should be let flow. Your emotions should be let flow. Now, you can repair a situation that is related to an emotional event. And I also think that this is about you losing emotional ties to guilt from past events. There's a freedom from guilt or blame, and there may well be the necessity to give up something lesser in order to get something greater, much more fulfilling emotionally and spiritually. Now, I think that it is possible for you now to recognize which areas of your life are congealed like that pipe in that blocked sink. Now, there isn't anything to do. The mere act of looking at it, perceiving your reality, well, that makes, actually identifying a problem is 99% of the solution, and that makes the transformation possible. Now, ask yourself, in what areas of your life are you stuck? Are you ready to recognize and let go of your old, hardened, concrete-like thought and behavior patterns? Say this to yourself: I value breaking ineffective old patterns. I trust and have deep faith in the essence of whom I am. I surrender to the higher path and to God's will. I let go and realize, follow, and accept the will of the divine in my life, which reveals itself to me step by step. Now, on that same horizontal as this hanged man was this thing with a fellow carrying a big load of wood on his back. Is there some burden that he is carrying here? I wonder. Well, what is the astrology here? It's Saturn ruling the third decan of Sagittarius, which is the 13th to the 22nd of December. Now, Sagittarius is spiritual, swift, light, elusive, and luminous. And Saturn is material, slow, heavy, kind of obstinate and obscure. And this whole picture here seems to me to suggest some sort of oppression or repression. It's a stupid, obstinate sort of thing which is hanging around you, which is just affecting you. Sagittarius, of course, wants to expand and express its optimism and spiritual side, and this Saturn is about restriction, as we say. Now, the thing is that there could be repressed feelings or an energy held back, an isolation. Maybe there's an aggression around, either out from you or being received by you. A feeling perhaps of being overburdened like this fellow here, an energy held back. Maybe taking on too much. Have you been doing that and feeling the pressure? Or maybe you feel that you don't have any control over circumstances, but I think you have more control than you imagine. And maybe even you think you are a victim of your own success. And the Sagittarian readiness to communicate is blocked by Saturn, and sometimes fear can arise. Now, if you fear rejection, disapproval, or punishment, then you'll begin to repress your own impulses. Your strength, your vitality, and your life energy cannot be expressed. And repressed, these energies turn into irritation, rage, violence. And if this aggression finds no external outlet, like a punching bag, don't take it out on a person, well, you could turn it in on yourself. And this can express itself as talking yourself down, self-denigration, or even, feeling so miserable that you're almost depressed, up to and including an illness. Well, this is an invitation here to you. It's an invitation to end your repression and restriction on your own life impulses. Now, this is a step towards taking responsibility for yourself and freeing you from unjustifiable moral restrictions and limitations. Now, remember, You are to follow your own heart. That is the only voice that is worth listening to, as I think that energy there was saying. Maybe you're in the situation where your will to do something is blocked, and no matter how hard you try, you can't achieve it, and frustration, anger, and irritability can be the result. And you might even start to lose faith in yourself or in your ability to get what you want. This can sometimes represent someone putting somebody down. Now, whether you are consciously repressing yourself or not, recognize that there is much more which you would like to express, to experience, to enjoy, and to celebrate. What is important for you is to dare follow your heart. You can't do anything wrong, because any decision you make to do something, and if it's wrong, you can also change it. You can always change it just by making another decision, you see. Now, are there some things that you have always wanted to say to certain people? And what are those things, and who are those people? Now, you can, for the time being, just for yourself, express those things right now. And say this to yourself: I have the right to follow my feelings and life impulses. And you do move things along, because I'm looking at this card which is above, and this is Sagittarius again. It's the energy that's coming from it placed here and here in that diagonal. So that's Sagittarius. But this time it doesn't have Saturn in it the way this thing did. It has Mercury in it. Now, Mercury is the planet of communication, and you know Sagittarius, well, it has the swiftness of the arrow, doesn't it? And this is producing in you now a restless intellect as you come out of the stagnation that was perhaps coming around for you there. Now, this 8 also here is about power, balance, harmony, making things happen, manifesting things, that is, practicality, skill, and decision. Now, with Mercury in Sagittarius, you'll have clear, direct, swift communications, and you'll overcome any misunderstandings. You'll also overcome obstacles, and events are going to be moving very fast for you. Those blockages that we spoke of, they're being removed, and the opportunities are arriving quickly, and the manifestations of results is imminent for you. This is the energy for overcoming those hurdles which have stood in your way. The blockage now changes itself into this large open field that's limitless and full of possibility here. Now, if you state your own standpoint openly, directly, and clearly, then those hurdles, any hindrances, they will be transformed. Misunderstandings will yield to clarity. Now, I think now you have found your own inner center and can present your position with emphasis and openness. And a problem which probably until now has seemed insurmountable or really burdensome, well, that starts to fade meaninglessly into the background, because you are prepared to call disturbing influences by name now, and you rob them, therefore, of their power to restrict and hinder you. Now, this field is full of colour, isn't it? That indicates a process that's coming to an end. Now, you look back, realising that the difficulties of the past have helped bring the learning process to completion. But this is a very refined and very short-lasting energy. It's like electricity. It's there and then it's gone. It's there and then it's gone. It's the power and the speed of electricity. It's a quick energy. So you need to act quickly to get things sorted out. And you can expect to be busy, as there is so much energy around here propelling you towards your goal. And I think that you might actually finish off a project that is underway. But with so much good energy coming your way that's propelling you forward, determine where your energy will be directed, focus your energy, concentrate it at a point, have a plan. That is, have a goal and then a step-by-step plan as to how to get to it, and then just get on with it. Because the moment has come for you to define where you stand. Now, if you are open and remain centered, all misunderstandings are going to be sorted out. Now, is there anyone to whom you do not dare to openly state where you stand? Well, use this opportunity to open yourself up more and more to those people who do mean something to you. Talk to them and say to yourself, my openness and self-confidence, they open the hearts of those I love. And then we finish up with, I think it is it finishing up? Oh, it's almost like we've left the best till last, because here is the Lord of Love. The astrology of this will explain to you why. Because it is Venus in the first decan of Cancer, the 21st of June to the 1st of July. Look, this emphasizes the great benefit, that astrology, of you having drawn this card, and particularly in that first position there. Because Venus is the most receptive of the signs and is about love, beauty, and creativity. And Cancer is the most maternal of the signs. Nurturing, comfort, support, healing. Cancer's almost like a womb in which it can hold a fertilized egg and let it grow. There are close bonds, togetherness, love, harmony, and a relationship that is strengthening, a mutual love and respect. Actually, this energy here also brings the start of, for those that are open to it, a new relationship that can be very deep, blossoming into a committed union of the heart. This does symbolize a strong physical attraction combined with a strong spiritual commitment. You may not even know that you've got a spiritual commitment, but you are a soul that lives in a body. Your body is inside of you. You are not inside of your body. You actually are everywhere, but I won't go into that teaching just at the moment. Now, these cups do symbolize harmony, understanding, healing as well, and passion. And the energy of this partnership emerges with fresh, new, and exciting feelings. Now, the desire to experience and express love without controlling or limiting another person, that brings peace to the heart. And this, too, joins together and balances the inner polarities of masculine and feminine aspects. It also activates the physical, magnetic force of attraction. The key to the two here is to be open and love and the passion it offers. And the gift here is that of bliss. Now, do you know that if you love yourself, you are attractive to others. Your receptiveness towards yourself prepares you to give yourself totally to someone else. You've got to love yourself with everything that's inside you and with all of your past. Don't deceive yourself. Love yourself for who you are with all the lights and shadows in it, because then you understand what the price of love is. You understand what the value of love is. And so you would then understand the value of what it is that you're offering to someone else. And then you can also assess the value of what someone is proposing to offer to you, if you know the value of love, by truly loving yourself. But I think that a deep emotional exchange is possible here, giving and receiving of overflowing love. And this is a union that occurs in complete harmony. Now, these cups here, they symbolize overflowing emotional riches at present. This is an image of complete joy and silent ecstasy. Now, obviously, things like proposals and marriages and people moving in with each other and the commencement of relationships, the deepening of existing relationships, they're all possible during this period here. It's just no doubt about it. It's just the way it is. And what's also the case is that this isn't restricted only to romantic relationships, but it extends to friendships, it extends to workplace relationships, And it extends to, this is a very good card also, interestingly, for people who are involved in sales or consulting or in teaching things to people or in managing people, because you're able to establish a good connection with people. You're about to find out, you're able to find the need of the other person and work out how to fill it. And as I say, your readiness to receive love makes you beautiful. Now, with which persons and in what surroundings can you now share your love? This is a love that is both special and equal, and you'll be able to give and receive love in equal measure. And there's the ability here to access universal love. And so love, give love and receive love unconditionally. When you give love, don't have any strings attached to it. And pay attention to the love coming to you now. Remain open and let it enter into you and go deep inside. And say to yourself, there is nothing to do but enjoy what life offers. I'm now ready to let into my life the love relationships which will fulfill and enrich me. Well, what a particularly great spread of cards for you. And didn't you do a good job? Well done, you. I've got to say, I loved spending that time with you. I really did. And what a great month it looks like it's going to be for you. A few ups, a few downs, but very much on the positive side altogether, I think. That's what's going on with you. And don't you deserve it? I think you do. It really is time for you to have some good times, aren't it? Now look, if you did enjoy the reading, would you do me this favor, and it's all I ask, that on the way out, please hit the like button, or do it now if you would. It's good for the computer or YouTube, whatever it may be. And unless you contact me privately, I'll see you again next month. And until then, remember one thing though, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.